When we review laptops, we always get comments about the fan noise. Does it get loud? Is it actually silent in silent power profile? You get the point, and we understand the frustrations of a noisy laptop too. Today we have a gaming laptop with us that has a special cooler design, the ROG Strix G16. Let's take a quick look at how this laptop does cooling differently. Okay, let's get a baseline of what this laptop can do. We have this list of specs, the latest 13th Gen Intel Core i9-13980HX, RTX 4070 that can go up to 140 watts of power, 16 GB of DDR5 RAM at 4800 MB transfers per second, and 1TB of NVMe SSD. We'll have to talk about the Intel processor first. The Core i9-13980HX has 8 performance cores and 16 efficiency cores. That means if you have a lot of background apps or even Windows Update running while you're playing your games, then the efficiency cores can handle everything while your performance cores are dedicated to maximize your FPS in your games. Then just looking at the entire laptop, there are a lot of interesting design elements here as well. As you can see, the backplate has a lot of openings for air intake. It's easy to open up as well. There are just a few Phillips screws behind, and the bottom right screw here is actually to help you pop off the backplate from the laptop so that you can open up even more easier. And checking out the bottom panel here, we can see dust filters that just filters out the bigger debris and also dust from getting into the fans so that the fans can last even longer and more efficiently, and you don't even have to do that much maintenance. Once the back panel is open, we can see there is a massive cooler in here. There are lots of heat pipes, 7 of them to be exact, and those heat pipes lead to a total of 3 large heat sinks. 2 on the side here, and also 1 full width that covers the entire length of the laptop at the back, forming a surround vent design. Each copper fin of this massive heatsink that wraps around the back are as slim as 0.1mm to allow the engineers to cramp even more surface area as much as possible, while also reducing resistance to maximize airflow of the laptop as well. I'm not gonna count every heatsink fin here, but ROG says that there are a total of 374 heatsink fins, totaling to 174,183mm square of surface area. And this laptop has triple fans too. ROG is calling it the tri-fan cooling technology. We still have the usual 2 large fans that the ROG cooling system is calling the arc flow fans because it has variable blade thickness that actually helps the airflow to flow more laminarly. There is a third tinier fan near the GPU to help cool it further. Essentially, the idea is to push more airflow through all over the components, especially the GPU, to keep it even cooler during long hours of gaming or rendering sessions. This is quite important since GPUs nowadays can produce a lot of heat. Oh, for this configuration of the ROG Strix G16, both the CPU and GPU are using conductor not extreme liquid metal for its thermal interface. That means heat will get transferred away from your CPU and GPU as quick as possible, or if we go by ROG's claims, it's actually 17 times better than the standard thermal paste. Combined with the massive cooling system of this laptop, that will definitely give you the best possible performance without being bound to thermals that much. By the way, the Armoury Crate utility also comes with a few power profile presets that we can select from. We have the usual turbo, performance, and also silent power profile, and the last one here is especially unique because while on silent power profile, and if the task that you are running on the laptop is not as demanding, then the fans will just turn off. That is the true 0 decibels silent fan mode. Currently it is in silent power profile, and as you can see here, there is no sound. The manual mode is where we can do some level of overclocking on it, maxing out at 205 watts thanks to the fantastic cooler design of the ROG Strix G16. And we can also manually tweak each fan's fan curve of this laptop as well. All that I can tell you is that you can play rather intensive games like Genshin Impact at the highest graphical settings at 1.5 times render resolution and still get 60 FPS consistently while using the silent power profile. That is just surprising, and the fan is barely audible. Of course, I had a fantastic time playing this game using the laptop on silent power profile. Now let's talk about the motherboard of this laptop. It allows a lot of upgrade possibilities too. There is one unused M.2 SSD slot that you can use it, and then maybe you can stripe in both SSDs to RAID 0 for example, then you can get even more performance if you want to. And if 16 gigs of LPDDR5 at 4800 mega transfers per second is not enough, then you can upgrade it however you like. Both sodium slots are accessible, and if you want 32 gigs or more, then just go ahead, buy new RAMs, slot it in, it's as simple as that. That will be a necessity for video editors, by the way. Speaking of video editors, this laptop is using the ROG Nebula display. This 16-inch screen has a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels in resolution and goes up to 240Hz refresh rate as well. It is also Pantone validated and covers 100% of both sRGB and DCI-P3 color gamuts, and also goes up to 500 nits of brightness as well. When we do want to use this laptop portably, it automatically changes to the Intel integrated graphics and also downgrades to 60Hz refresh rate once we unplug it from the charger. And I'm sure many of us are complaining that the 280 watts power brick here is gonna be big and heavy and it will be a hassle to carry around. And that is why ROG also included a separate 100 watts USB Type-C charger inside the box as well. You won't be able to get full performance out of this charger, but you can do your work with it. All of these are yours if you buy the exact configuration of the ROG Strix G16 laptop for the price of 9,299 ringgit. I'll leave you all of the links down in the description below, and do let us know if you have any other questions regarding this laptop, because I really do like the versatility of this laptop overall. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.